So he's talked about the challenges from the client standpoint. I'm going to talk about the challenges from the bank standpoint, right? Now, given India is a relative unknown to a certain extent, right? I mean, you're familiar but not that familiar. And slightly somewhat the same with Indonesia. I think less, but somewhat the same with Indonesia. I find that what's happened with the banks is generally when you go into that space, everyone is going after that five borrowers, right? And there is a much larger pool of transactions that always find it very difficult to come out and raise that financing. Now, what really happens in that particular scenario is, as a bank, what we always see is that the pricing squeeze in the top becomes so fine that there's literally no profit for anybody to do it, right? We're just doing it because we want to stay in the market. But yet, at the same time, when we bring something that is reasonably profitable, which is quite good risk, I'm not talking about some crazy deal. You always struggle to try and sell it and try and struggle to explain it. I think what will be very helpful for both the market and also for the bank group is, I think we need to look at the country from a portfolio perspective, right? And not only chasing your mainstay of your portfolio lies with those top tier credits, right? Where you build the base. But you definitely should think about having some kickers on the other side. Otherwise, your portfolio returns are going to be terrible and everyone's going after the same pool. We constantly go after the same pool. I mean, you can just see, right? Where some of these Indonesian state-owned enterprise have gone. They started post-COVID at 190. Today it's like, wow, 100 basis points tighter than Reliance. We are like, really? And it still gets done, right? But at some point, it will run to a point where it's very fine, right? And I think we are coming closer to that point, and something for, I think, the room here to think about, and try and reposition your own strategy and your portfolios. Don't try and do it when the trend actually happens, because by the time you see a Pertamina deal come at you at 80 basis points and you realize you cannot participate, then you start to think about building on the other assets or moving one tier below. By then, those pricing will also have tightened, and the risk and reward is not going to be as favorable.